I'm gonna wait out here, okay? It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Deadpool made fun of other superheroes.
So dark! You sure you're not from the DC universe?
With this collar on, my superpower is just
Unbridled cancer. Me a bow and arrow, I'm basically Hawkeye.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines.
For this list, we're looking at instances where the merc with a mouth took a jab at his colleagues, or enemies, for a good laugh. We'll be including references from both the comics and movies. Did we miss a perfect Deadpool superhero insult? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Outselling Superman. Deadpool vs. Thanos, number 1. Fans of the Deadpool comics have been blessed with numerous jokes at the expense of other superheroes, and not just Marvel ones. In the comic Deadpool vs. Thanos number 1, Wade is perplexed when he shoots Dr. Doom, only for the villain to come back to life. Talking to Black Talon about the situation, he realizes that Thanos must have captured Death, and decides to rescue her. When Talon tries to warn him about how powerful Thanos is, Deadpool snarkily boasts that he's, quote, an unkillable mutant merc who regularly outsells Superman. Yeesh, not even the Man of Steel is safe from Deadpool's potshots. Number 9. Visiting the XMansion. Deadpool. When Deadpool visited the XMansion in the first Deadpool movie, viewers held their breath waiting for Wolverine or Professor X to make a cameo. We didn't get that, but what we got was still hilarious.
Ripley from Alien 3.
First, there was Deadpool's mocking nicknames for Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus.
Go get silver balls.
Then there was the moment when he went meta and wondered out loud why the movie didn't feature more X-Men.
I'm gonna wait out here, okay? It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
He would return to the X-Mansion with the same question in the sequel, and viewers would get something of an answer, this time at Deadpool's expense.
I am not X-Men material at all. First off, I'm not even a virgin. Second, and more.
Number 8. Calling Cable Thanos. Deadpool 2. The second Deadpool movie is chock full of pop culture nods and jabs.
I made mistakes. I want to take them back.
When Deadpool learns that Russell will go on to kill Cable's family in the future, he strikes a deal with Cable to try to convince the young Russell to change his dark future.
Promise you'll give me a chance to put him on a different path.
Define chance.
I don't know. How long does it take to save someone's soul? That's
I'll
not.
give you 30 seconds.
After Russell blows the doors of the orphanage open, Cable insists he's too far gone. But Deadpool quips back.
Zip it, Thanos. We have a deal.
It's the perfect shutdown, thanks of course to the fact that Josh Brolin, who plays Cable, also portrayed the Mad Titan in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 7. Aversion to green suits. Deadpool. Much has been said about the quality of the 2011 movie adaptation of Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds.
Not bad, huh? You're a superhero.
With Reynolds playing Deadpool, it was a foregone conclusion that the merc with a mouth would ridicule his previous role.
What is this? Why is your skin green? Why are you glowing? What the hell is with that mask?
When Wade is recruited for experimental cancer treatment, he pokes fun at his former DC character. As he's being pulled along on a gurney, he remarks,
And please don't make the super suit green. Or animated.
This throwaway line is a perfect jab at Green Lantern's heavy use of CGI, especially on the hero's costume, which was widely criticized upon the movie's release. Number 6. Hulk's Intelligence. Deadpool number 9. In this issue of the comics, Deadpool is stuck in the Bone Beast dimension. After fighting off several Bone Beasts, Wade learns that the Bone Beast Queen wants to take over his body. In the midst of a fight with one of the beasts, Deadpool decides he wants to Hulk out of his current predicament because, quote, Hulk is real dumb and pulls it off all the time. He then quips that he's, quote, at least as dumb as the Hulk. Hulk may be more brawn than brains, but Bruce Banner is a brilliant theoretical physicist. You might want to dial it back there, Deadpool. Number 5. The Dark DCEU. Deadpool 2. The DC versus Marvel debate has been going on since both franchises started creating comics back in the 1930s. Both have seen their ups and downs.
They say it was just one guy. Or a creature.
Or some asshole in a costume.
But as comic book movies became more mainstream in the 2000s, we saw a distinct difference in the tone of their respective films.
I will harvest the codex from your son's corpse, and I will rebuild Krypton.
Christopher Nolan's take on Batman kicked off the more somber side of DC.
What the hell are you?
I'm Batman.
This continued in the DCEU with Zack Snyder's films. In Deadpool 2, our merc with a mouth takes notice of how driven Cable is, and quips,
So dark! Do you sure you're not from the DC universe?
It's a quick one-liner that reminds us of the lighter nature of films found on the Marvel side of the fence. Number 4. Hawkeye can't catch a break. Deadpool 2. Compared to the likes of a super soldier, an Asgardian god, and a rage monster, Hawkeye's inclusion in the Avengers has always been an easy target to poke fun at.
Now, Hawkeye, it's time to do your thing.
I'm out of arrows.
What?
I'm all out of arrows. I don't have any more. So, I guess I'm done, right? You know?
He's a very skilled marksman, but doesn't actually have any superpowers, or even a mechanized suit of armor.
The city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Essentially, he's just really good at firing arrows. So when Deadpool finds himself locked up in the icebox with no superpowers, he self-deprecates in the best way by comparing himself to the bow-slinging superhero.
This collar on, my superpower is just unbridled cancer. Give me a bow and arrow, I'm basically Hawkeye.
Number 3. Another Martha to the mix. Deadpool 2. When Batman vs. Superman was released, audiences were not thrilled with how the superheroes went from enemies to friends upon learning that their mothers had the same name.
You're letting him kill Martha! What does that mean? Why did you say that name?
Since then, the Martha moment has been the source of many jokes and criticisms. Even Deadpool himself got in a little jab in Deadpool vs. Punisher number 5 when he reenacts the scene to hilarious effect, remarking, quote, "I mean, this changes everything, you know?" However, the best joke comes during Deadpool 2, where he explains to Vanessa why he's late.
There's a bunch of handy, capable children stuck in a tree, and I had to, You're right, I was fighting a caped badass. But then we discovered his mom is named Martha, too.
It's yet another quick flash-in-the-pan gag that only viewers of both movies would catch. Number 2. Why Deadpool won't join the X-Men. Deadpool. When the first Deadpool movie was released, the only Marvel characters that could be included beyond Wade himself were ones that 20th Century Fox still had rights to.
And you are...
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Negasonic Teenage... What the shit? That's the coolest name ever!
The most notable of these were the X-Men, which Deadpool has a long and complicated history with. It came as no surprise that during the movie, Deadpool took his share of potshots at the mutant franchise. One notable example of this happens shortly after capturing Francis on the bridge. Colossus tries to convince him to join the X-Men, and Deadpool isn't having any of it.
Listen, the day I decide to become a crime-fighting shit-swizzler who rooms with a bunch of other little whiners at the Neverland mansion of some creepy, old, bald...
It's a pretty explicit takedown of the X-Men and Professor X, but it drives home the idea that Deadpool is better off solo. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Black Widow, Deadpool 2. If only Natasha had the same luck as Domino.
It's really just a sip of tea at this point.
Zip it, Black Widow. I'm flowing.
The Hulk, Deadpool 2. Isn't that supposed to be Black Widow's line?
Hey, big guy, the sun's getting real low.
Taskmaster, Deadpool Volume 2, number 10. His name kinda does sound like an infomercial product.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Deadpool and Spider-Man go to the movies. Spider-Man Deadpool number 6. When Deadpool asks Spider-Man for help with his big Hollywood movie, he explains, quote, "You know this world better than anyone. You're a total sellout." The issue also pokes fun at how X-Men have been corralled off into their own separate franchise, with Storm wondering, quote, "Hey, how come none of the other superheroes talk to us?" The real gem, though, is at the end of the comic, when Deadpool and Spidey see the movie Nighthawk vs. Hyperion, Yawn of Boredom. The movie poster pretty obviously resembles Batman vs. Superman. It even has the tagline, "You won't believe their mothers share a first name." Ouch.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.